Right. So today we'll see a topic called as DSDM, which stands for the Dynamic System Development Method. This is one type of the process model, DSDM, Dynamic System Development Model. Let me have a look inside this. So DSDM, which is developed by Star in 1997. So this is one type of agile software development approach, and the main objective of this is to provide a framework like umbrella framework activity. Umbrella framework is there. It provides a framework for what purpose? Means for the purpose of building and maintaining the system which meet tight time constraints. The major task over here is, the name itself talks about dynamic. Dynamic in the sense, very frequently there is a more chances to change the requirement, to change the software, change the product. So it has to give some sort of building and maintenance such a way that whatever the time constraints we have, within that tight time constraints, it has to be sent that the incremental or a increment to the customer. So that how it will be do it in DSD. So mainly it provides a framework for building and maintenance systems which meet tight time constraints through the use of incremental prototype in a control project environment. Is the meaning of this over here as elaborately? The philosophy of this DSDM is, it will be borrowed from a modified version. Modified version in the sense, like I said you, it will be taken as a dynamic in nature. So dynamic in nature, it takes the modified version, and whatever the changes is required, it has to apply. So it will apply the Pareto principle, which talks about what actually the Pareto principle is. It talks about 80% of an application can be delivered in 20% of the time. The meaning here is, 80% of the application means 80% of the work has to be given in 20% of the time. So totally if it gives 100% of entire application. For example, if the total uh, the total 100% of the project is there, so 80% of the application can be delivered in the sense 20% the time. How it will define the time is, if the product is have a 4 modules, for example. Now among the 4 modules, if we divide it as 80%, means 80%, if you say that 3 modules, 3%, that means 80% means 3 modules will be completed within the completion of the time which takes to complete 1 module. For example, to complete these 4 modules, it has to be take, for example, 4 months, 4M. So 80% of the work, 80% of the work can be given in 20% of the time, in 20% of the time. So 4 months means 1 month. So the modified version it is taking, and new features and new changes going to be adding over there. Because of that, only within the 20% of the time it will be delivered the project to the customer. So out of this 4 modules, 3 modules, if you say 80%, it goes to 3 modules. So out of these 3 modules, approximately, it will give the time which takes to complete a 1 module. So it will deliver in that fast way, so that the 100% of the work will be completed. So that's about the Pareto principle. 80% of the application can be delivered in 20% is called as the Pareto principle. So as it is, a DSM is an iterative software process. Iterative software process in the sense, for each release, for it gives one sort of increment. So 80% rule, whatever just now we discussed, is that is only enough work is required for each increment to facilitate movement to the next increment. Meaning of here is 80% means, like it is an iterative process. Now when it is released for as a first iteration, for ith iteration I1, it release an increment, right? So this, the principle, Pareto principle talks about, this increment can be used for the first iteration such a way that maximum facility movement, maximum is in each increment. It is not the way that we have another iteration, we have another increment, such a way that that increment can be gives, that increments can be give in the second increment, we can update the things and we can be give in the second increment, in the second iteration. Instead of that, have a relaxation that we can have another increment, another iteration. Because of that, there will be a chances we can be neglect some of the changes, some of the things, efforts in iteration one, so that it will be taken in the iteration two. That is the normally it is done. Now here in this one, it is trying to fit all the sort of things, maximum 80%. 80% of the work, 80% of the work is going to be fitting, trying to fit in first increment itself, so that it will facilitate a easy movement, easy will be reduce the burden of the second iteration, second increment, so that maximum within a less iterations, with less increments, the customer will be satisfied the product. So normally in the previous models, for each iteration we are getting one increment. So after a 4-5 increments, maybe the customer will satisfy. If the other models which have the iteration models will be take 4 to 5 iteration, 4 to 5 increments to satisfy the customer, the DSDM will take only at least less than that number of iteration, less than that number of increment, because it is maximum fitting in the first iteration itself to fit maximum 80% rule, right? So that how it works. Now it having the three different iterative cycles in this DSDM. The first iteration is functional model iteration. The second one talks about design and build iteration. Third one, implementation. Now functional in this model, it says it demonstrate the customer how the functionality of the project will be look like. In this iteration, in the functional model iteration, it will demonstrate the functionality, the total, how the project will works, how the project will look like. Total functionality will be demonstrated to the customer. The second iteration is design and build. In this iteration, whatever we have signed out in the functional model iteration, it has to ensure such a way that it will enable whatever it done it and convert into an operational business values for end users. Operational business values means how the cost of the project will be look like, and the time duration, how the instead of normally the prototype, the actual product, how it look like, working model, how it look like, with including the operational business values, the cost, now how it will be varies. All such type of things will be done in this iteration. So in the first iteration, it talks about it demonstrate the functionality of the to the customer. In the second iteration, whatever we have signed out in the first iteration, that has to be enabled such a way that it converts all that functional model iteration things into operational business values. The third one, with the latest technologies, whatever the iteration, it releases software increment. Each iteration releases software increment. This increment has to convert it into an operational environment. That's how we are going to implementing over there. So these three iterations will have this talk about in the DSDM. So with the help of this function model iteration, design and build iteration, implementation, it will be gives a total product of and apply the principle called as Pareto principle, right? So that's about the DSDM, right?